What's going on, YouTube? Q back here again with another video for you. I'm outside. Shout out to the men of culture. 100 Gang Nate, Blueprint 1LE, and Race Car 21, Race Car Frenemy, that guy. But yeah, we out here outside. I'm about to show you all how to get the self-driving features to work on the Acura or a Honda. So if you don't know, this car has some level of self-driving autonomy. So these features are meant to be assistance and not fully autonomous, so it still needs the driver to be paying attention. So it's not just all hands off. You do need your hands on or to be paying some kind of attention. I'm about to go over that, like what these features are and how to activate them and how they work on the real road. So I'm about to hop into that right now. Every auto manufacturer names their thing something different. So on Acura, it's called Acura Watch, and each of the features have their own name, and they're all the same for the most part for most manufacturers. Like I know for Ford, their blind spot warning is called Bliss Blind. I don't even know what it's called, but it doesn't matter. But let me show you all how this works. The Integra uses either radar or LiDAR, so that's light detection and ranging, or radio detection and ranging. So that's what LiDAR and radar is, and that is through the front right here. Let me give you all the closer look. So it has those sensors right there, so that will need to be cleared in order for your vehicle to function properly while using it. Then we got other sensors down here like the front parking, but that's for a short range. These are more longer to mid-range. I'm about to show you all how that works in just a second here. Let me get in the car. I'm getting frostbitten out here, man. Let me get in and hop in this heat for a minute. It's like less than 20 degrees. Inside the vehicle, we can make some changes to the parameters of the system of the Acura Watch. So let's go over to the vehicle settings, and we got to go to the driver assist system setup. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but you can set like the forward collision warning distance, long or short, the heads up warning, so when you're about to run into somebody, like it'll flash on the heads up display. It will be like an orange display over here. You can even have it to where it shows the traffic sign displays, like the speed limit, and that comes in handy when you're traveling. Like, cause if you use Apple or Google Maps, it'll show whatever they have in their system for the speed limit, but on the cluster here, it'll show the actual sign that was last seen on the road. So that's super helpful. So let me go over all these things that make up Acura Watch. So it's like 7 features that make up the whole autonomy, if you will, or the self-driving features, and they all go hand in hand. It's not just one big system. It's each piece of this plays a role in the self-driving. So we got collision mitigation braking system, that's for collision warning. So if you're about to run into something, the car brakes for itself. Road departure mitigation, if you're about to run off the road, it'll help steer you back on the road. It uses torque in the steering wheel that'll and it'll make a noise too if you can turn that on or not, but it'll guide you back to the road. You got adaptive cruise control, and that's kind of self-explanatory. Like when you're in cruise control, it'll speed up and slow down. You set the speed and it'll stay at that speed unless there's a vehicle in front of you and they're doing slower speeds. The car will slow down automatically and speed up once that car is out the way. We got lane keep assist, and this is one of the things, like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist are basically the 2 major things for the self-driving features. So the lane keep assist will keep you in between 2 lines. We got pedestrian detection, never seen that happen, never came close to hitting anybody. There's traffic sign recognition, which I just mentioned. It shows, it reads the speed signs on the road. And we also have traffic jam assist. So if you're coming to a stop in traffic, your car can completely stop and speed up. Unfortunately, that's not available on the manual. That's a CVT only feature. With the manual, you got to clutch in and engage your gears. So you can't do that on the manual, but the manual will go down to a certain speed, but it won't stop completely because you'll stall. All right, these buttons on the steering wheel are very important. This is how you turn on the adaptive cruise control, and this is your following distance, and this is your lane keep assist. So in order to get like this stuff to start happening, you can either turn on the lane keep assist, and that's where the car pops up on the screen up there. So without cruise control or lane keep assist on, it's just this. But even if you activate cruise control, let me zoom back a little bit, the car pops up in the middle. And with this car, it shows graphics of cars on the side of you and in front of you while it's active. So that's pretty cool to see those graphics on there. But to get it the system to be self-driving, you want to activate the adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. So it's going to read the lines on the road, and I'll demonstrate that as soon as I finish explaining what everything is. And also you can set like the follow distance. I keep mine on the shortest because that's still quite a long distance. So it's like maybe 3, maybe 4 car lengths from what I've noticed. And it appears to be shorter distances between like semi trucks and cars. Like it reads the semi trucks way farther down the road than cars. So that's a brief rundown of everything that makes up the Acura watch self-driving system. So like I said, it's not intended to be like you just take a nap and let the car go. You still got to pilot the car. It won't just, you don't put in a destination and it won't just go like autopilot like Tesla's thing. You still got to get off on your X's when you need to and actually pay attention, because you can't just, you got to keep your hands on the steering wheel too, and it'll let you know. So I'll demonstrate that. Let me put on the GoPro so you can see what I see. All right, let's get the show on the road. Safety first. Let's get this thing to the highway. That's where most people would use cruise control. It's not good for city driving in my area. First thing I'm going to do is turn all this stuff on. So cruise control on. Once you see the car there, that means something is on, and it's this little symbol right here. And lane keep assist, that's the second symbol up top. So now it's on, and let's demonstrate it. So it's obviously can't detect lines right here. And see on the road we have like a yellow line. It should detect it in just a moment, but this road is so bad. So see, we have one line on the left side but nothing on the right side, and I don't believe it will pick up this. It don't even see the lines right now, it's so bad. And also, if there's imperfections like in construction zones, it'll see those solid lines. Like if they just messed up the cement and the lines are just all over the place, or they have old lines, sometimes the system gets confused. So you definitely got to pay attention. That's why it's an assistive technology. Once I get to double lines, and I have noticed, like since I've been driving this, like exits have lines going off on the side. Like once you get off on the exit, it'll show the lines too. So lines are super important with this. All right, once those lines turn green, you're good. So I can just do this, but my line is disappearing up there. Oh crap, gotta merge. All right, so you can use the lane keep assist without cruise control. So I don't have cruise control active. Drop it down to 6. So once the lines are green, that means it's reading both of those lines, and I can just drive with no hands for 20 seconds only. Steering required. It'll flash like hold the steering wheel, and let me show you what happens when you don't grab onto the steering wheel while it's telling to. It'll just stop and you'll go out of your line. I think they need to do something different than that. All right, so now it just gave up and I'm going over my lines right now. So once you gain control of the steering wheel, it'll start doing it again. But you generally want your hands on the steering wheel to use this. Even if your hands are just lightly on the steering wheel, like you got to give it some kind of torque, some kind of feedback. So let me actually demonstrate cruise control. So let me set it to something. Let me set it to like 77. That's my road cruising speed limit. Actually, let me speed up to get the other cars. And when those lines are solid green, like you can see, the car won't go across these lines. And if you want to make a lane change, you have to put on your turn signal. So if I want to get over to the right, I'll put on my signal to go. Oh, there we go. Hold the steering wheel, it goes away. But if I want to get into the right lane, I need to hit the signal because it has a nice amount of torque that'll stop you from going out the lane. Like, let me demonstrate. So it doesn't want to go. The steering wheel is going to vibrate, saying like, hey, you're getting out of your line. But if you put on your signal, your turn indicator, it'll know that you're trying to get out your lane, and there'll be no resistance. You see the lines turn gray instead of green. now we're good. So you see those lines on the exit right there too. So now you can do stuff at your leisure. I tend to just have like one hand down here when I'm actually using it, not for demonstrative purposes. But yeah, let me catch up to some cars real quick so I can show you the adaptive cruise. And these are set and reset. So you got set, we press it down, resume if you have to hit the brakes and get out of cruise control, and it'll go back to whatever the set speed. People are cruising out here today, man. I can't catch up to nobody. All right, so we got this person going slow. So let me set my cruise to, yeah, so now it's slowing down. I got it set to 77, and now this person's only doing 71-ish or something like that. Once this person goes faster, which they probably won't, oh, keep my hand on the steering wheel, it'll go, this dude is not going. All right, so once he gets out the way, then the car, it'll resume the speed, and I got it set to give me a beep when it does that. So it'll creep back up to 77, but I ain't trying to go this way. So like I said, you don't have to have cruise control on to use the lane keep assist. You can just have it if you're, I don't know, I like to use them both together. I never use them individually, but it's kind of cool. Like, if I'm not even going to promote bad habits, but you can do those bad habits with this on. You shouldn't, but it's there. And there are some caveats to this too. I noticed some tips while driving, so let me demonstrate those as well. Like, when you're trying to get over, this car is super safe. Like, safety is a huge part of this car, so it won't let you do any maneuvers that could potentially be an accident. It's going to be as safe as possible. Like, if you're trying to get over when there's cars in front of you, it will slow down like a while before you get to those vehicles. So let's see how it takes this curve here. Like, it's really smooth turning for itself. This does a really good job. It's not herky-jerky at all. It's it does a very good job at driving itself. One thing I have noticed though, if you're just using this thing for like an hour, which I've taken a couple long road trips, sometimes it will get out of whack, and it'll say you're in the lines, and then you'll see yourself like veering off to the side. And this is a ding for Acura. Like, you just simply just disable it and re-enable it, and it'll like recalibrate. Because I don't know how long you're supposed to use it, but it'll say that we're good, but it just kind of taps out after a while. But I've seen that happen just 2, maybe 3 times. So let me demonstrate this again. Like, if I were actually driving, say I got my speed set and I just want to keep my constant speed, I'll just cancel the cruise control and I'll get over myself, because this car does brake once it's doing that. Like, once it gets behind the car, it'll hit the brakes, and you can see it on this diagram here. It actually shows the car hitting the brakes on there. I don't like driving like that because I don't want to signal to the person behind me that there's a danger ahead, especially when on the highway. You shouldn't have to brake at all really on the highway. So I just cancel it to maintain my speed. And it shows you on the right side I got cars that I'm passing. So it's detecting those cars. Those cars on the side are cars that actually sees. Oh, and the car is doing this thing. So let me get over. I'll disable the lane keep assist by using the turn signal. Once I'm back in my lane, boom, we all good. Now I can go back to whatever I was doing, whatever you people do when you use it. Safe driving habits. But like, if I'm actually driving, like I said, I tend to grab a corner down here. I have tried resting my hands here, but it needs to feel some kind of force, some kind of pressure from your hands, not just like simply, I can't just keep my fingers here. It doesn't detect that way. Like, it needs some kind of, like, every now and then I'll just like wiggle the steering wheel just to let it know I'm holding my hands here, so it'll stay active and won't flash that orange. Hands on the steering wheel. Be like, I got my hands on the steering wheel, man. I am paying attention. So that's the gist of it. Like I said, it's a very safe system. Like, it's really good. Like, this, I didn't expect it to be this good. Right now, no hands. Look, no hands. Like, I'm doing this. Hand on the steering wheel, up. There we go. It done got out. It done canceled on me. All right, now it doesn't want to calibrate. So I don't know how long it takes to actually calibrate. But we're good now. Even though it showed green, it wasn't ready for me to take the wheel. So give it a second or two. Once you get out that lane, or after you put your hands on the steering wheel, it'll do just fine. it's so smooth while doing it too. I never had like a jerky motion, so now it's slowing down. I got you. But that's basically it. If I want to pass this person, I cancel it because I ain't got time for that. Hit my signal so it doesn't give me the feedback to stay in those lanes, and I just pass people. That's kind of it. I'll go across all these people. It's the blind spot monitoring system. Put the text of line. Let's see how it does here. Oh crap, let me cancel this cruise control. I'm way too fast for this. Okay, it didn't even detect these lines, so sometimes you just got to give it time. There we go. We should be good now. But pay attention to the green. Now it's not reading again. Okay, now it's reading. Let me see how close I can get to this person without the, I want it to flash up. Oh, you're too close. All right, so that's letting me know. I'm too afraid to go that close to where it hits the brake for me, but that's it. It'll just flash when you get too close. So that's it for the self-driving portion of the Integra. It's a really good system. Like, I haven't had too much experience with other ones, but this is quite seamless, and once you get used to it, it's a good system. Like, every road trip I'm going to use this. Like, this is going to change the game for road trips. And I know it doesn't like turn for me and follow the turn by turn, but this is really good for what it is. It's great for what it is. Excellent. Like, this is really, really, really good. And like my trip to Florida, I don't think I would have been able to do it without this, because once I got fatigued and had to stretch my back, I just let the car do the driving for me, and I was able to adjust myself, stretch out, crack my neck, do all that other kind of stuff. Let me get over it and get off the highway. Like, I was able to do it. And I do love driving the car spiritedly and fun myself. This is your fault, man. This car is telling me I'm out of my lane. You doing the driving, not me. But you just got to pay attention to stuff like that. And of course, once you hit on brakes, cruise control goes down. But let me turn that off. That's all I had to demonstrate to you all. Excellent system, man. Honda did a very good job. This is definitely game changing right here. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Be going over Acura watch, and this is good for the Hondas and the Acuras too. I thought it was exclusive to the Acura, but it's on the Honda Civic Si as well. It's this Integra right here. Not sure about the base models, but the Civic Si definitely, and the Acura Integra is on all of them. Hope I was able to bring some light to this. This is going to be the future. Like, it's good to have in the car, definitely on road trips. And like when I'm just on the long straightaway, I just put on the lane keep assist and just have one hand on the wheel and kind of like add a little bit of torque so it doesn't turn off. Let me know what you think about this system in the comments down below. If you have an Integra or Civic Si, do you use it? So let me know. Drop a comment. Keep checking out. Don't forget to check out the channel as well. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.